here amongst all my old friends. I mean old friends. And you know who you are. You know.
Same. All the heartache and all the pain, lay it all upon the sacred name of Lord Meyer. Every life is just another room in the mansion of the Holy Groom. It's swept away by the sweet perfume of Lord Meyer. Cause we're all part of one living God, each a bubble in the ocean calm, trying to be conscious of the guiding arm of Lord Meyer. So you don't understand it at all. You're riding high one day and then you fall at the feet of the one they call Lord Meyer. It's hard to see his ever-present form, 'cause we hide him where he don't belong. Open your hearts so you'll hear the song of Lord Meyer. You and I are not we, but one, unconscious sparks of the blinding sun, get burned alive by the radiation of Lord Meyer. He's the one who is calling you. He is the one who will see you through. He comes for all, but is just for a few. Lord Meyer. Every day is just an endless dream of fears and hopes and the TV screen. There's so much more than you've ever seen, Lord Meyer. He's the one who is calling you, and he's the one who will see you through. He comes for all, but it's just for a few, Lord Meyer. Lord Meyer. Lord Meyer. Leave you on this you can depend. I'll be always with you in ways you cannot comprehend. Let not your hearts be troubled by the things that pass your eyes. This world is made of shadows that that your mind learned to disguise. I will never leave you, on this you must believe. No matter where you're going, no matter where your path may lead, let not your soul be weary by this constant veil of tears. You know I'll be there waiting when the clouds all disappear. I will always love you in darkness and in light. We'll always be together. We'll never leave my side.
Got lost there.
Let not your hearts be troubled by the things that pass your eyes. This world is made of shadows. Your mind learned to disguise. I will never leave you. I will never leave you. I will never leave you. I will never leave you.
Thank you. As some of you have probably heard the CD, Ways to Attain the Supreme Reality, which is a great book of mystical poetry that was commissioned by Meyer by one of his earliest and closest Western disciples, Malcolm Schloss. If you've not heard it or read the book, I recommend it to you. And it was sort of the job of my musical mentor and myself, my musical mentor being Bob Brown, to put those poems to music. So I'd like to do a few of the Malcolm Schloss tunes for you. This is the second book in the Ways to Attain, and it's called For No Man Knoweth. I've been listening, beloved, listening all day long for the sound of your voice, oh my beloved, fountain of all my songs. I've been looking, beloved, looking the livelong day for a glimpse of your smile, Baba, warm as the sun's own ray. I've been waiting, beloved, heart, mind, and body all, held for the time of your coming, free to respond to your call. And now I'm weary, Baba, body and mind and heart. Oh, will you not come, my beloved, blessed one? Here thou art. Oh, will you not come, my beloved, blessed one? Here thou art. Thank you. You want to throw it up here?
Use a matchbook. Seems to work.
Pretty soft.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Baba.
With your glory, I was caught up in your bliss. I called for your love, oh my beloved, but I had not visioned this. So this is the way to union, simple and easy and clear. Lord renders the Holy Communion possible always here. I shall keep it alive, oh beloved. I shall remember how neither time nor space nor illusion shall ever divide us now. For this is the mystical body, this is the blood divine, and the heart, the cup of compassion, shall ever be brimming with wine. For this is the mystical body, and this is the blood divine, and the heart, the cup of compassion, shall ever be brimming with wine.
My songbook was too heavy to sit on this rack, so I took a few leaves out of it. So I'm completely lost now. So give me a moment. I want to do a little hot fez for you. Might as well go to the top. We'll do that one later. That's a good one. Has a bop around to it. I have one in my mind here, so I want to do it. You all know about Hafez, right? I don't need to go through a big explanation. It was Meyer Baba's favorite poet, and the God-realized being. And there have been all sorts of translations of Hafez for hundreds of years. This is not a new phenomenon. It's become more and more popular now as Baba speeds up things. And you have a whole variety, and you have a different translation for every kind of personality. And it's sometimes wrong to judge one person's translation over another person's translation. It depends on how it touches your heart. I'm particularly fond of about 4 or 5 of the translators. One of my favorites is a gentleman who translated at the turn of the century, a man named Richard Le Gallienne. And I've taken a number of his pieces as well as others and put them into music form. I love this song. In this particular song, Hafez is talking about the beloved as a woman who is ignoring him terribly. He's having a very hard time with this gal. And some of the images in here I think are just fabulous, so we'll do this. This is called the Sad Rain Song.
In the beloved's path I laid my head, yes, in the very dust of the highway. Bowed I my head, hoping for a little grace, but she passed on her light in different way, not even pretending to notice where I lay. God pardon her, she has a lovely face. God guard the careless creature from the side that broke unwilling from a bosom torn, with grief of her intolerable scorn. I had no other purpose but to die, just like a candle burning until the morn, then blown out by a breeze passing by. Oh, very hard the heart of my beloved, hard as a rock on which the bitter rain beats, yet remains unmelted and unmoved. O torrents of my tears, it was all in vain. Yes, all in vain, the tears of the unloved, and all unheeded in my lonely pain. Last night so very bitterly I wept, that all living things slept not in sympathy. The very birds and fishes vigil kept. Awake was the whole wide world, save only she. Oh, she alone it was that soundly slept, though all the world was sitting up with me. To the sad rain song, Hafez, of your tears, shut out the beloved's heart and shut her ears. But Hafez, sing your happy songs instead, and she would rise to listen from the dead. Sweet songs one must sing over and over in one's heart, lest one should lose of them the smallest part.
Phil and I are probably going to do this tomorrow too. This is one of those rock and roll songs from Hafez. So this is rock and roll Hafez. What a concept! You could sing the blues, Hafez blues. You could sing rock and roll. Again, this poor guy, this poor Hafez, his girlfriend has left him. Look at you. This is called "She Is Gone." Without a sign, she went away. Weary she seemed of us put on. Her garments hurriedly took up her burdens and was gone. Her burdens and was gone. Gone is she, if no sin
gone away. I strive by many a magic charm to coax her back. Yes, I rehearse the Koran's wizard chapters. I blow upon each verse. I blow upon each verse. She told me often that she'd never leave me, her true friend and devotee. True love I gave her, and now I breathe for. She's chosen to leave. She has chosen to leave. She said who loves me most must always lose. Many times this I heard her say. Still I'm alone and confused. Now that she's gone away. Now that she's gone away. Proudly she walks the meadows green, the newly opened rose her face. Alas, was never mine to walk the meadows of her grace. The meadows of her grace. Yes, Hafez, it wasn't yours to look along upon her face today, nor even bid her fond farewell, and she has gone away. She has gone away. Proudly she walks the meadows green, a newly opened rose her face. 'Twas never mine to walk the meadows of her grace. The meadows of her grace. Without a sign, she went away. Weary she seemed of us put on her garments already took up. Her burdens and was gone. Her burdens and was gone. Her burdens and was gone.
Is Bauji here still? Did he come? He's here. Good, good, good. Ooh. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done this in. Okay, I'm going to... Many, many years ago, when I was just a young lad, Bhau came to me with a manuscript, and he was complaining that he didn't know English very well, and he needed somebody to help him to write his poems in English. This is the guy who wrote the nothing and the everything. Right? He's a quick study, this guy. So it may just give me a minute to find this here. Oh boy, this is terrible. It's in here somewhere. So he gave me a series of poems, and I'd like to do, if I ever can find it, there it is. This is the first of a number of songs taken from the poems of Bhau Kalchuri. I'm glad Bhau's here. This was the first one. This was called Ocean Calm. It's amazing. Jay Bhau.
Jesus, you are wrong. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean calm. You are really mighty God, and this world is moving through your nod. You are Jesus, you are wrong. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean calm. Singer and the song, listening now you led us long. You are Buddha, you are Cheyenne. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean calm. You are the beggar and the king, the song eternal let us sing. You are our ancient one. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean calm. We are suffering in this pain. We want you now, this is plain. Take again your physical form. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean calm. Everything is in your palm. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean calm.
Now, many years later, very early in the morning at Meribad, I saw Bhau burying some hidden manuscripts. He doesn't know I saw him. This is true. Would I lie to you? And one of the things he was trying to get rid of was the sequel to this, but I saved it for all of you. And this is called Ocean Rough. Very similar melody.
Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean rough. Why do you make it so tough? Don't you think we've had enough? Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean rough.
This was in Bhau's complaining period, remember?
You are really a rascal, you're full of mischief through and through. You do some tricky stuff. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean rough.
You notice how his English is improved? This is after years of study.
You are hide and you are seek. Why not give us all a peek? Our hearts are getting gruff. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean rough. Oh, dear Baba, here's our prayer. When are you going to play fair? Please call off love's rebuff. Oh, Meyer, you're the ocean rough.
Well, since Bauji ended on time tonight, which is a first that I've experienced. Now, I haven't been to all his talks, but I'm assuming this is a first for a lot of you also. I've been told to do one more song. Oh, no. I know what I'm doing. It's my body that doesn't know it. I know what I'm doing. When I was a small child, my mother, who was the daughter of a famous rabbi, was a seeker in her own way, my darling mom. And she used to take me into New York City. She used to take me to a Universalist church where I was exposed at a young age to all the religious philosophies that I still don't understand. But I remember, the thing I do remember most in that time was having a picture book of the Bible and actually seeing a picture of God. And it impressed the hell out of me. So I wrote this song about that experience.
When I was young, I wondered why the Lord lived in the sky. And if He loved me, then why couldn't I see Him clearly? I was told He was kind, strong and gentle and sublime. He knew all things in my heart and my mind, so I should be careful. I know my Lord is the Father and Son who appeared to Moses and Abraham. So I stay hidden in these days. The Lord works in mysterious ways. And now I'm grown and middle-aged, gone through changes, have been rearranged. Still I wonder why the God in me caged can't escape me. I know I'm not the golden child. I know I've fallen, I know I'm wild. But still I long to see His smile and feel His body. I know my Lord knows everything. He made this earth and all within. But why create these walls and plays? The Lord works in mysterious ways. When I am old, I hope to find that my devotion is not my mind. Perhaps the Lord will be so kind as to unveil me. I know all things are by His grace, that truth's revealed at its own pace. But this hopeless fool longs to see God's face in this lifetime. I know my Lord loves each and all, the saint, the sinner, and those that fall. So why not gather up all us strays? The The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. I'm trapped in here. I can't get it.
You're supposed to clap and you can get up.
I'm full and I can't get up. Thank you.
Just so you know, there's going to be a Dooney bonfire right in the middle of this huge grassy field. You're welcome to bring instruments, voices, blankets. What an idea. Anything that you can think of that you want to have fun with, and bring it over there. I want to thank Jim. Balji, thanks so much for talking tonight. You guys for coming. Thank you. Give yourselves a hand. All right, don't give yourselves a hand. Anyway, party continues at the bonfire. Tomorrow morning is Artie, 7:30, over here behind us. Breakfast, and then we zoom ahead. And I apologize to you big time. Okay, thanks. Thank you. Everybody's coming to make this announcement. All that conversation we had outside. Just you hear that?
Oh, really? You think so? Yeah. difficult for me. So I am talking about the religions. Religions, of course, there are so many religions, and religions, how they are created. So I just tell you one incident. When Baba was there in Manzile Meem, the first ashram, and people from different religions, they had joined him. How did they join? How did they come to him? That is another story. But they were there, and Baba asked them from Pune to go to Bombay walking. They all joined, and Baba then said to them, according to your religion. Of course, Hindus, he asked them to go to the temple. Christians go to the church for the prayers. Hindus temple, Muslim mosques, and they would go. But then Baba said that, here we must play cricket. So cricket ground should be made. So you all work for that. Go to mosque, go to church, go to temples in the evening when the prayers are there. But during daytime, just prepare the ground for cricket. We will play cricket. Then there are mosquitoes, many mosquitoes. So Baba said that now everyone should have one net and catch the mosquitoes. And at night, the mosquitoes would be counted, how many one killed. And the man who would kill more, he would get the prize. Now they were just thinking, some days of course they were very, very happy. But afterwards they were thinking that what is this spirituality? We have come here for spiritual life. So only of course we go for prayers and nothing else. And then Baba said to them, I am preparing spiritual orders for you. And if you do it wholeheartedly, you will get God realization. They were happy, waiting for the orders. And mosquitoes are still mosquitoes, they were killing the mosquitoes. And then afterwards Baba says, now the spiritual orders. You must get up at 4 o'clock, take bath with cold water, spiritual life, and 5 to 6, of course, you must meditate. And then afterwards breakfast means spiritual breakfast, only milk and fruits. So they were very, very happy. Now spiritual order, and we will get God realization. And there was one supervisor to wake them up at 4 o'clock, and then afterwards when they would sit for meditation, so by the side of the wall, so supervisor, of course, he would take care. He would take care whether they are doing properly or not. So first day, everyone was very, very happy. Spiritual order, of course, God realization. But even 2-3 days afterwards, they get tired. Baba's own brother, what he would do, he would go to the bathroom. It was winter, cold, and to take bath with cold water. So what he would do, he would go to the bathroom and he would sprinkle water here and there on the wall to show that he was taking bath there. Then of course there would be some, they would just sit near the wall and doze, meditation. And supervisor would come, you are sleeping? No, I am meditating. After a few days, they decided that this killing of mosquitoes and preparing ground for cricket, that is good. This is spiritual life is not good. So they came to Baba and they said, Baba, that old life of course we will continue. To get up early at 4 o'clock, Baba says, this is spiritual life. You want this spiritual life and you want to do that? No, Baba, now we know that this is spiritual life. Whatever you say. Now they come down to Meherabad. So till now, what Baba did that prayer according to your religion, go to church, go to mosque, go to the temple. Now, Baba was taking interest in Hindus and all these prayers. So there were Zoroastrian, Iranis, Parsis, Muslims, Christians, and Baba was taking interest only in Hindus. And Hindus, so many festivals. Krishna's birthday and Ram's birthday, Hanuman's birthday, so many birthdays of different saints and different masters. And Baba would show interest and Baba would say that we must celebrate it properly. So feast, big feast would be there. Now there was Krishna's birthday. And Baba said, of course, inform all the people to come. Thousands of people came. And they said that, Baba, we should give you bath. And he went to that extent that he was sitting out and everyone would pour water, thousands, for 2 hours. And they would feel very, very happy. But Parsis, Iranis, Muslims, and not Hindus, but other religions, they were there. We say, what is going on here? Baba does not take interest in our religion. No festival, and only Hindus, we must do something. It is no good. Why he is taking so much interest in their religion and not in our religion? Then comes Ram's birthday. Ram's birthday and of course big preparation. Baba says these Hindus, they are so devotional, they do it. So must take part. Now night they were working, decorating this, and so many people had to come. And then next morning Baba comes. The Christians, Parsis, Iranis, Muslims, they did not join and they had the meeting. Next day when Baba comes, whole night the meeting. And as soon as Baba came, did you sleep last night? No, Baba. Oh, you were working? Because Ram's birthday you are working? You did not sleep? No, we were not working. So what were you doing? Said, we had the meeting. Meeting? What meeting? You just take interest in Hindu festivals and not our festivals. So we were deciding how to present our case so that you may also allow us and also take interest in our festivals. Baba says, good. Good that you did it. I am very, very happy. All this time I was thinking that these Hindus, they just want rituals and ceremonies. So I was giving them rituals and ceremonies. Go ahead. And I was under this impression that you wanted God. So I wanted to give you God. But good that you now drew my attention. All right, you will also get rituals and ceremonies. Don't worry. And they said, no, we want God, we want God. The Hindus who were just celebrating in a big scale, they said, we also want God, we don't want this ritual. But for that, it is not that in words. Apparently it would appear that in words Baba did them and they accepted. That is not the thing. In words, if he says still it is very difficult, it requires cleaning. His work, whatever is there in the mind, he has to clean. He has to bring in that state of mind so that they wholeheartedly they follow. Otherwise it appears that, oh, Baba said this and that's why we are doing. We do, but we cannot put heart. So in order to put heart, of course, cleaning is required. Cleaning is required. Now, we also take part in every religion, of course, activities are there. Christmas, of course, it is celebrated in Mirazad every year. But this is quite different. Not mechanically, but wholeheartedly, with all love. So outer things, of course, when we do it, we just have a recreation. It is just recreation, whatever we do. But heart we cannot put. Recreation is connected with the mind. Recreation needs changes. But heart, when heart is put, then of course you love it. You don't have any other thought, but just love it. You love the Lord. And that is the difference. Otherwise, outer thing if you do, what is there? Just enjoy. Something is there, happiness, recreation. Don't do it for recreation. Put your heart, loving. Then of course it has meaning. So then of course there are so many Mandi members of different caste and different religions. And when Baba did this, so when any festival would come, whether it was for Hindus or Muslims, nobody would say anything to Baba that it should be celebrated. Nothing. Baba's birthday, when it would be celebrated, what was the celebration? We would go to him at 5 o'clock and we would get his embrace. Embrace and nothing else, and the work then. work would start. So there was no celebration, only in 1937 and 38. 37 Westerners and Easterners were there, and they wanted to celebrate his birthday. Baba said, all right, celebrate, but I want to do poor program. If you want to celebrate, of course, poor program. And for poor program, of course, you have to do something. We must give grain and clothes to the poor people. And Baba would he would wash their feet, bow down to them. So 5 meters of cloth and then grain. So bundles would be made. So all the ladies, Manli, Westerners and Easterners, their work is to make the bundles. They wanted to celebrate Baba's birthday, and from morning to evening, just bundles, thousands of bundles. And poor people also, not only from Nasik but from other places also, buses were engaged for that, to bring them. And they said, no, this is birthday, no more now. They would not remind Baba for birthday. Whatever you want, Baba, you do it. So Baba would create such thing so that they would feel, but what is his birthday? To get his embrace, that was the great thing. In 1953, Baba went to south of India, Andhra. And when he went there, then of course there were thousands of people, thousands and thousands of people. When Baba came back, then his birthday, it would be celebrated in every place, thousands and thousands of people. If Baba's 60th birthday, 60 days program. Then of course his 65th birthday, 65 days program. Some centers would start from 25th of February. Some centers of course would end on 25th February. So there was one police inspector, and that inspector promoted to the district superintendent, highest post. When Baba had been there, so he saw that thousands of people, and then afterwards what he finds, that everywhere big celebration birthday. So he thought that when the celebrations are so big, so wherever Baba lives, there must be a bigger scale than this. So why not to go to the place where Baba lives and see the celebration? Now he comes. He comes, and then Baba was in the Manli hall, and what we were doing, we were reading the cables, greeting cards. That was the work, and it would go on continuously 7-10 days. There was no other work in telegraph office, only just receiving the telegrams or cable from his lovers and the reply. Baba would also send the reply to everyone. So it would just go on. Now that man who had become the superintendent of police, he came, there was no decoration, nothing, and he could not believe. And then Baba called him Baba called him and Baba says, "What are you thinking?" He said, "I had wrong impression that I thought that here the celebration would be much bigger than other places. But here there is no celebration." Baba says, "My lovers, they are celebrating. Don't think that I am not there. I am there and they are celebrating. Here I am. So whatever they have sent to me, their love, so I am receiving their love. So it is not necessary for me to have a big celebration here. In one place, I am not in one place, I am everywhere. So wherever they are celebrating, I am active there. I am taking part. That is the celebration. His celebration means you must feel. He is always with everyone, but we must make him active. Then that celebration has the meaning. Otherwise, we are just decorating, doing this just for the sake of a recreation. We are doing this, we are doing that. Just do it for him. And if you do it for him, so heart does not need anything. Your love does not need anything. So whether you do it in big scale or in a small scale or no scale, just in heart. And that is the best thing. We can remember him. So we get the opportunity of such occasion. When such occasions come, we get the opportunity. We are always busy. This is sophisticated age. And in this sophisticated age, we don't find time. Find time. My doctor sister, she is sitting here. She says, Baba has said to remember I must do this prayer and then go for work. So she stands before his picture and extends the prayer. Time she sees. What is the time now? Prayer she is doing, but mind is there. What is there? Just once, when you are going out, yes, in the train, in the bus, wherever you are, just remember. It is not that far that you have to just have Baba's picture, stand there or do this. This is all mechanical things. And that's why this has no meaning. This is all ceremony. Don't worry, just be natural. Be natural. Wherever you are, it is all right. Your heart is with you. Whether you can leave your heart, it is always with you. So in any place, even when you are in the toilet, good time for you. Good time. Nobody will come and disturb you. So that too, it is not that if you do that something, it is bad. It is just because of our thinking, oh, this is not the place where we should remember. We should just take bath. And then of course after taking bath, we must remember. This is all outer thing. It has no meaning. Really speaking, heart should be there so that you should remain natural. And he is pleased. It is not that he is not pleased. So once, of course, there was 1958 Sabha's program. After this accident, second accident in India, So second accident took place, and then Baba wanted that his Savas program should be there. Now Savas program and Dr. Khavir, he says, Baba, you are suffering, you cannot walk, and you want to have Savas program? Savas program for East and West together. It happened then in North East-West gathering, 1962. But Baba wanted to have in 1958. And Ghave says, Baba, now it is impossible, please stop all this. You are running fever and you are not feeling well, and you have got so much pain. And one thing I must tell you, that Baba, when he met with accident, he had asked me to take rest, not to know about. And when accident took place, what happened? Money, Baba's sister. So women Mandi would not meet with men Mandi. But that day, all of a sudden, money came on cycle and called Dr. down. So he went to the road. She told something to Dawn and she left. And Dawn went. When Dawn went, so then of course I thought there should be something really serious. Someone from the women world must be in serious condition, otherwise money could not come here. And I forgot Baba's order. And I went there. When there I saw Baba, full of blood. Hip joint fractured. Of course, tongue was cut. Injuries all over, full of blood. But so bright, so glorious, as if something great he had done. Something great, very, very happy, joyful. And I forgot the order he had given. He did not forget. He says to me, just go and take rest. Take rest, and then I had to come back because his order. So at that time, that Savas program, Baba was very, very keen that Savas program should be there. And everyone was thinking that how Baba would just deal with this program. Now, Ghave says, Baba, please, please. So Baba says, just see. What Baba says, all right. I respect whatever you say. Now, for the West, I will go to the West. And for Indians, the Savas program would be at Mehrabad. And everyone agreed. Now, the exertion, more exertion for him to go here and go to America, Australia, and also Mehrabad. So he wanted to have all this program at Mehrabad for all. But then when Baba said that, all right, I respect whatever you say, I realize you are love. So for Indians, Mehrabad. And for Westerners, I will go to America and Australia. Everyone accepted willingly. No objection. Now, the time of Savas was coming, preparation was going on. Now just see why I am talking about suffering. So Pendu was his pelvis, of course, fractured. And he was suffering and suffering. He was sent to Mehrabad. And what happens? He was the person always in charge of organization. He would organize any program. So all the time. Any program would be there, so Pendu would be in charge. So Baba says, this Savas program now, Pendu should be called. So at that time, Pendu always with Baba, but after this accident, Baba sent him to Meherabad. And Vishnu, he was also sent, Dr. Duncan was sent, Padri, of course, he would always be at Meherabad. So 4 persons they were called. Now at Meherabad, Iraj was there. Iraj and Aloba, myself and Kaka. Balwin. Kaka Baria, he was the manager. So we were there, but we were sitting in the Mandi hall. But when Jimmy Mistry, Dr. Mehwan is there, his father for the first time, Baba called him to Meherazad. So he was sitting there. Now what happened? Pendu, fumbling, crutches, would not be able to come. But when we saw Baba's mood, we had no courage to go and help him. We could not. We were just sitting like this. Don't know what would happen. Baba's mood changed immediately when they were coming. Nobody helped, anyway fumbling. He came, he was sitting, Padri Pendu, Dr. Duncan, and what Baba asked, Pendu, did you sleep last night? And Pendu says, how can I sleep now? I cannot sleep, I cannot eat. I have so much pain. And I cannot do anything, no sleeping, no eating, nothing. I'm so restless, unbearable. In reply, what Baba says, you are selfish. You are selfish, I cannot do this work to you. You are selfish. Did you think how I am suffering? You are suffering for yourself. I am suffering for the whole universe. Did you ever think that what pain I am passing through, what pain I have? You are just thinking about it. I don't want to. I will not do this work to you. Get out. And Pendu weeping, he goes out. And those who had come from Meherabad, they all went out. And here Baba, Jimmy Mistry, of course, he was trembling. How Baba behaves, This man, of course, suffering. And when they all left, Baba says, in order to become infinitely compassionate, I have to become infinitely cruel. In order to become infinitely compassionate, I have to become infinitely cruel. Infinitely cruel. How? We have our real self and we have our false self, duality. We are two, we are not one. We just say we are all one. But the second one is also with us. How can you become one? This second one, false self, it should be crushed. It should not have its existence. Then one. You become one. And you are always one. Though we don't know. We don't know that we are one. But we are two, and in verse, we are all one. How, when the false self is there, how can we become one? So his work is to crush this false self. False self, when it is crushed, so that was not Baba's cruelty, that was real compassion. That was real compassion, and that compassion of course makes you feel God, experience God. That was his thing. Just like when he comes, what does he do? He just brings the net. He sprays the net to catch the birds. But birds, how can he catch? So some grain should be given. So far away from the net, he spreads the grain. And then of course he hides. And the birds, of course, then the birds come and they eat the grain. Then little closer. And he goes on giving the grain and bringing them little closer and closer. Then what happens? They become bored. So they do not feel any fear. They become, so he spits and then he remains there. And then near the net, when they come near the net, they are caught. When they are caught, then his real compassion starts. Just twist the neck and this and that. How can you go out of the net? You cannot go out of the net. So then his real compassion starts. You can weep, cry, you can abuse him, he does not care. That is his real compassion. So it is not that you have the tears and this and that. You say, yes, don't worry, but let me do this. So that is a very difficult work, what he has to pass through for that. And that's why we just say compassionate Father. Compassionate Father, we are all his children, but very mischievous children. Very mischievous children. But after all, we are his children. So whatever we do, of course, he has to forgive, he has to take care. He cannot ignore anyone. Whatever you do, if you criticize him, if you blame him, if you abuse him, how can he ignore you? On the contrary, those mischievous children, he has to pay more attention towards them. Those who are innocent, obedient, he knows they are obedient, yes. So he has to pay more attention. So in 1958, Sahwas program. So it would not be celebrated. But Sahwas program was there, so people from Arargaon came. And they said, Baba, allow us to celebrate your birthday. Baba said, all right, celebrate. So in India, that his feet should be washed that day. So holy water. So in order to bring holy water, they went 26 miles the river. From there, 26 miles barefooted. And they had the 2 vessels and bamboo here. They went walking barefooted and they brought the water. Even they would not put the water on the ground. Wherever they want to take rest, then of course they would find out the tree and they tie the vessels with the tree. So they brought. Now decoration of car, everything. Baba would get Meherazad. He would come from Meherazad. So Baba started coming early in the morning at 4 o'clock because he should be there at 5 o'clock, birthday time. But on the way, he says, Eraj was driving. On the way, he says to Eraj, you just take my car near the cabin. I would ease myself and then meet the people. But people, what they did, that decorated car they brought, and they were from Meherabad. They were singing and dancing 3 miles. Now Baba comes from Meherabad. As soon as they saw Baba's car, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. And he just said, just give the way. And Avatar Meher Baba ki jai, where is the way? They wanted that now Baba should take seat in that decorated car. Decorated car, so he has tried his best. And Baba says, they are not going to listen now, let me go and sit there in the decorated car. So Baba went there and then decorated car, but singing and dancing. 2 hours they took to come back to Meherabad. Now 2 hours, then Baba went to his cabin just to ease himself. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar could not ease himself. He came out. And then of course darshan program. He was in the pandal and all those who had come for the sahwas, they were there. And the villagers, they were allowed that day. They were there. Now they had brought water, holy water, to wash his feet. So they were just thinking that, oh, they would wash. Everyone was thinking that we would wash. And the compassionate father says, my experience is, I am in you all. So why should I give you trouble to wash my feet? If I wash myself, then of course it would be as if you have washed my feet. And he started washing. Now another thought came to them, that now this water, holy water, we must take it. So when Baba washes his feet and it should be kept in the drum and we would take in the bottle. And Baba says, just threw this water in the field. And the water was through. This is all rituals. Rituals he never wanted. He wants pure love. Then of course darshan program started. And because Baba would not be able to bend, and they wanted to touch Baba's feet, so Baba allowed. Now, one after another, they would come. One person came and he prostrated before Baba. And Baba was just waiting for him when he would get up. He would not get up. So he said to his lovers who were sitting there, just come and see whether he is dead or alive. And as soon as Baba said whether he is dead or alive, he got up. He was alive, he was not dead. So that is Baba. How we should just explain about him, talk about him. He is our very life. Very life. He is not even 1 minute away from anyone. He is thousands of times closer than our very breath. Is not, that is Meyer Baba. That is our compassionate Father. People, of course, this is the time, whether you reject him or you accept him, whether you praise him or you abuse him. He will not ignore anyone because we are his children. He cannot ignore anyone. He just takes care of everyone. But there is difference. How you have come to him. Did you see Meher Baba? No. But he sees you. Not a moment goes without that. All the time, continuously he sees you. You cannot see him. And if we see him, in what way? He is the highest of the high, the infinite one. How can we see unless this second one which is with us all the time, unless it goes away, mind, the devil, unless it goes away, we cannot see him. It is not possible, but he sees everyone. Once, of course, he knows. Once we were in Dehradun. Now what happened in Dehradun? Baba was in seclusion. Baba would not see anyone. And of course, there was Baba's order that nobody should be allowed to come. And there was one person from Dehradun. He was allowed because he had made arrangement for bungalows, so he was allowed to come. So people started approaching him that just please tell that we want to see Baba. And every day he would bring something that Baba, this one of course in very bad plight, he wants to see me. Baba said, one day before I go, leave Dehradun, I will see everyone. But not now, I am in seclusion. So then of course, one day he comes, Baba, one person of course, he is a very good lover. And he is in very bad plight. Baba says, who is that? He said that after this partition of India and Pakistan, he has come as a refugee. So many refugees came. And this one, along with family, when he came to know about Baba. So he started going to the center. Now, he thought that now he had no money, nothing. He was a mechanic. So one day he asked someone whether anyone can help me. I want loan. I am a mechanic. I will start my business and pay the loan with interest. And that man whom he asked, he said, yes, there is one man. He is very, very generous. So you approach him and he will give you whatever you want. So he approached him. And he said, how much do you want? 5,000 rupees. At that time, 5,000 means big sum. Just take it. He said, something in writing, of course, you are giving me. And interest, you want interest to give me? You are a Baba lover. I cannot take interest from you. Take this. And nothing, I don't want anything in writing. I have full faith in you. He was very much impressed. He said, what a person. Baba lovers, they are so honest, so generous. So it is my duty to earn and first thing to repay the loan. So he opened his workshop, working hard day and night, and of course he repaid the loan. When the loan was repaid, then one day he comes again, meets him. He says, how is your workshop? Oh, it is going on very well. Please, it is because of your help. So when are you going to return the money? He says, why are you cutting joke? I have already returned the money. No, you have not returned the money, and within 15 days, if you don't return, then of course I will file a suit against you. And he said, I know you are cutting a joke with me. You are such a generous person, and you know that I have returned. And still you just say, it is just your joke. I am very serious. I am very, very serious, and you are within 15 days. Now you have to return. I give you because thinking that you will return, and workshop is working very well. You are earning and still you are not giving. So he got very much nervous what to do now. 15 days, how can I repay the loan in 15 days? So that man was allowed to come to Baba. He met him, and his name was Kishan Singh. So he told Baba.